Hey church, Pastor John here. I want to give you another Bible study tip that I think will help you understand scripture even better. There's two terms that I want you to know. The first is exegesis and the second is eisegesis. Now I know it sounds complicated, but it's really not. The first word is exegesis. The beginning of that word, you can hear the ek. It's the same beginning that we get Exodus, the second book of the Bible. Ek means out of or take out of. So when we do exegesis, what we were doing is trying to understand or interpret the Bible based off of the time that it was written. Any book of the Bible was written by a particular person who lived at a specific time, at a specific place. They had assumptions. They had a set of beliefs. They had a worldview. And what we need to do is get into scripture to try to understand what it is saying on its own terms. The opposite of exegesis is eisegesis. Eis means into and is the approach of understanding scripture from our own worldview. So we as well have our own worldview. We have particular customs and manners and cultural understandings of our world. If I would write a letter to someone down the road, they would know exactly what I'm saying. If I wrote a letter to Moses, he would probably have no idea what I'm talking about, or what kind of modern idioms I'm using. If I say, "Dear Moses, what's up, dude?" He would say, "The sky," and what is a dude? We aren't on the same page. So what we commonly do when we get into scripture is we already have a worldview, whether that's shaped by school, television, movies, friends, social media, even your church. Not everything is going to help you in understanding what the author is trying to say. So when you read scripture, think exegesis. This is where a study Bible comes in handy, to where it can tell you information about the life and times of the people. It's going to tell you the background. It's going to tell you what language it was. It's going to tell you, is this pre-exilic, or is this post-exilic, or in the middle of the exile? Depending on where you're at in the narrative is going to help you to understand the background and the context of that passage. And remember, context is key. In order to understand what a passage is saying, you need to know what the book is saying, and you need to know the circumstances in which the book was written. I hope this makes sense. Please let me know if it doesn't. Again, we want to do exegesis and we want to try not to do eisegesis. You will automatically be bringing in your own assumptions into the text, and you have to get those out of the way. It's going to take time, it's going to take practice, but you are an investigator trying to understand what the text itself is trying to say. Thanks for watching, and I hope this helps you guys.